Hello class, today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going through the string game. It's going to be a speed run, so I'm not going to be explaining much, so quickly I'm going to download the file and open up show in folder and open up my BlueJ, and I'm going to drag over the string game file. Boom. Now what I'm going to do is compile it. It's going to give me an error message because I have to change the file name because of the little one thing, so I'm going to put a K, compile, and it works. Yay, it works. I don't care. I'm going to turn it off now because I don't want it to do. Now what I need to do is drag this over and open up the Java docs. What I need to do is figure out these 5. I'm going to do 5 that are not on this list, so let's pause the timer right now, and I got to find out which 5 there are. Okay, so these are the 5 that I'm going to be doing because these 5 are not on your 5. You have 5 right here. The only difference is there are no other strings, so I'm doing a char instead of a string. And the string int, what I'm doing is a Boolean int string int, which should pretty much be able to do the same thing. And this is different from the one I've already implemented. So these are my 5 that I'm going to be doing, and let us begin. First thing I want to do is go to the code. And I want to basically find a thing that inputs a string and an int. So this is the only one I'm going to be using. So let's delete this code to simplify it, and right there. All the way down, this code I don't need. I just need this one, and I'm going to copy and paste it a whole bunch of times. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, which is going to give me a lot of compile errors because I'm redeclaring all the variables, but that's okay. I'm going to be having this window open on the side, but every time I'm going to be doing one, I'm just going to copy it over. This is straight from Java docs. So I'm going to bulk comment this, and this is what I want to do is it takes in an index as an integer, and then also returns an integer, which I'm going to be outputting. So the only thing I need right here is my index val, which I'm going to default set to 0. I don't need this, and I already have my word declared. So what I need to do is get my word and get my int. So I'm going to be deleting all the rest of this. So I only need my index val, and the rest of the debug codes I don't need. So I have my index val, I have my get word. What is the code point at? Returns the character at the specified index. So what is the string you want to run code point at? And what is your index? So I have my 2 values that I'm returning. Now I gotta change this, so it's going to be code point at, and the only value that it's going to be running is index val equals code point at index val, and that now works. So I got 1 done. I'm not going to test it because I'm going to get error messages, so I'm going to test them all at the end. I would recommend you testing it after every time you implement one. The next one I'm doing is Boolean Matches. Mouse wasn't working there for a bit, so I paste in Boolean Matches, and I realize that it returns a Boolean. The method name is matches, and it uses a string. So the only thing I need is a string, other string, and I don't need this offset. So the only thing I need is the word and my string input, which is other1, and delete all that. Delete all my debug code. And what I'm going to do now real quickly is I'm going to copy this to all of my outputs because otherwise it just takes longer to look at this line of code, because there's a whole bunch of nonsense in there just to get all the parameters to work. Boom, we have that done. So now we want to go to Boolean Matches. I have my other string, that's going to be replaced by other1. I'm going to output other string. And instead of index val, it's other string. Instead of code point at, it's matches. And what is this string? What is the other string? Done. So we have the next one implemented. Now we have the next one is my double int, where I comment out, paste the method. I see I have two inputs, both integers. It returns integer and it uses this. So first thing I want to do is get my two integers, which I'm going to use these two. I'm going to call it my index, and I'm also going to call it code offset. And so I need my one input. Don't need the string input. Need the other number input. Don't need that. So I only need two. Yeah, those two. So I'm going to say my index, my index, my index, my code offset, my code offset, my code offset, my code offset. I'm going to be outputting my code offset. I need to concatenate it with the string of my index, and I need to concatenate that with the comma space to separate the two values. I need to implement the parameters to the method by copying these two here. Instead of code point at, it is offset. So I copy paste, copy paste, copy paste. And now I need to change the questions. This is my index. What is your index? And what is your offset? So third one done. Next one I need to do is region matches, which is different from the previous region matches I did on this. So please make sure you look at the difference. The biggest difference I think is the Boolean's the first one. But it'll bump me more up to the 30-minute range that my goal was, because I'm almost done. So I need a Boolean case, true, case matters, equals false, default value. I have an int, which is my offset, my string offset. Let's just name it 3. I have my other string, so other string, and my int offsetter, and my int other length for me. So I have all my values. I'm actually taking in one extra value, so what I need to do is take in another integer, and this is the extra code, so you can skip through this part. It's going to be taking in a temporary value, so int temp bool equals get this, and then I say if temp bool equals 1, then case matters equals true, else. No, I do need the else, because the second time I run it I need to reset the value. Case matters equals false. So what I need to do here is enter 1 if you want case to matter. Any other value will be false. So that sets up this. Now I need to do my string offset 3 is my int. What is my... And now I don't actually know what my string offset does on this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the Java docs, and I need to find that method, which is region matches. So I go to region matches, and it's with the Boolean one. So I'm going to click on it, and I go down the parameters, and my string that I'm going to be copying is right here, my t offset. So I'm going to go here, and it's right here. What is your straight up paste from the Java docs? That's the best way to do it. And then the next one, the string argument, which is basically what is your other string. So I have my other string, and then I have my two ints, which is this. What is your, oops. And my last one, the length to compare. And if it says your the, I'm perfectly okay with that. What is, you should just delete it, the extra your, so it makes grammatical sense. So I have my variables. Now I need to actually use the variables that I set up. So I did set up 3, but I didn't set up 3 here. So I have 3. Now I need other string instead of other 1. I need to output my case matters. So I have case matters, I have string offset, other string, and then other string offsetter. That was this one. No, this one. Because this one is right here. And then my last variable is other length for me, which is right here. Other length for me. And now what I need to do is set up the code point at. Now, every time I have a variable, I also need to have the concatenated comma space between the two with a plus sign. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this code a whole bunch. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I don't need the last comma. And what I need to do now is case matters is my first parameter that I pass in, other string is my next, my string offset is my next, and other string offsetter is here, and other length for me is my last parameter. And the fun part is now I have to do the same exact thing down here. So case matters, comma, 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 comma. I'm going to actually start at the last one so then I can see everything. And then I don't have to scroll when I paste. And boom, now I need to put in the method call, which is region matches. Boom, boom. And the first one, region matches, I'm done. So now I have the fourth one done, and last but not least, we have string replace. Now please realize instead of a double string, it is a double char, which is going to be a little bit different, but basic same input. So I'm actually going to be using on Java Docs, I mean not on Java Docs, on the box note, there's these two key things here. I'm going to be accessing a character, so I'm going to be using a temp one to read in those characters. So I need this one twice, so I'm going to go like this and delete this, and I'm going to delete all the other parameters that I'm taking in, and then copy paste. And I need 2 chars, so let's just delete all the code and go char first replace C equals X for default value, and then I'm going to copy and paste, and then replacer I'm going to call it, and let's make it Y. So I'm replacing all X's with Y's, and now what I need to do is first replace C, replacer, what is the character you want to replace, and what is the character you want to replace it with. And I could be mean if I want to and get the second character put in, but I'm not going to do that. I have char done. Now I need to output my debug code, delete the extra ones, And now I just need to change the when replace on, run the methods different, and first replace, comma, replacer, and then I also want to plus replacer, and plus the comma quotes, and now I have everything working. And let's see the magic compile. I got one error message. String cannot be converted to int. So what I did was, in this right here, I have Boolean int, then string, Boolean. So I need to move this offset right here, and then comma. So I need to do the same thing up here, where it's my string offset. Oops. So what I did there was I mixed up the two parameters. Instead of Boolean int string, I did Boolean string int. And it looks like I have two commas there. Oh. First replace E is already defined. Oh, I don't need the char here because I defined them up here, so I don't need another char down there. And there we go, no syntax errors, so only two errors. Now what I'm going to do is run the program, test to see that it works. What is your string you want to replace on? So let's go happy days. What is my index? 3. And I get the value of the character at that position, the code point. So I'm going to type no. It was no because it works. And then what is the string you want to run matches on? Happy days. What is the other string? Happy. And it is false because happy does not equal happy days. I'm going to say false. What is the string I want to run offset by code points on? Happy days. What is my index? Let's do 3. What is my offset? 2. Boom. I don't know what that does. So what I should do is I should go to Java docs and understand what it does, because this is a method that I have no clue what it does, which is offset by code points. So this is all alphabetical, so I can just, I want offset lm offset by code points. Looks like I just scrolled past it. And what does it do? It returns the index within this string. That doesn't make much sense to me, so I'm going to read this one. Returns the index within this string that is offset from the given index by code point offset code. Unpaired surrogates within the target range count as 1 code point each. I have no clue. Looks like, is this position only off by this many characters? I don't know. But this isn't one that you need to know, and this is technically one I don't know. So I'm just going to skip it and assume that it works. So that means I'm going to type happy days to go to the next one. What do I want the string I want to run region matches on? Happy days. Enter 1. Case does not matter, so I'm going to put 0. And I'm going to go, what is the starting offset of the substring? So I'm going to go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is the other string? Capital days, because case does not matter. What is the starting offset? I want 0. Numbers I want to compare is 4. And it should be true. I don't know what happened. So if I do 0 for everything, it should be good. Because 0 is one string and 0 is also a number. And 0 is not yes, so I don't run it again. Subregion, what is my other string? Is that the one I wanted to run again? No. Yeah, it was. Oh well, I'll test the string one. I'm failing today. Replace, I want to do happy days. And I'm going to replace my character. I want to do power. Now it's only going to take the first character, and then I'm going to say lame. It's only going to take the L, so it should be Hally Days, which it is. I don't run it again, but I do want to run the program again because I have to go back and check the 1. So 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Let's hopefully I don't skip by this. Region matches is the one I want to do. So let's do happy days. Happy. Let's just make it simple. Case. Let's actually check the Java docs. And I want to go region matches. This is not the Boolean. This is the Boolean. If true, ignores case. So I actually wanted that to be true. That's why I was getting the error message. So 1 if you want case to not matter. So true ignores case. That's what I did. Starting offset is 0. What's the other string? Capital happy. And the offset is 0. This should give me true. Oh, I need 5 characters. There we go. Now we know it works, and that's pretty much it because I also already checked the last one. So I'll just go and do 0, 0, 0, 0, and there we go, and none, and that's it. String program's done with 5 method calls all checked. I will not post this code because I don't want you to copy and paste. If you're really going to go through the movie and copy line by line, sure, go ahead, but you're not going to learn anything and you're going to fail the test. So good luck with that. Have a good one. I will see you later.